Welcome to the first episode of Winnipeg's Real Estate Podcast for 2021. Today we're going to look at the January market update and have a quick call with Mike Schroeder of Mortgage Architects. All coming up.
You're listening to the Bo Knows Real Estate Podcast. Tips and advice for home buyers, sellers, and owners with award-winning RE/MAX agent, Bo Kaufman.
All right. Happy New Year, everybody. This is Bo Kaufman, RE/MAX Performance Realty, and welcome to the first episode of 2021. This is Winnipeg's Real Estate Podcast. And the first one in the month, we always do our market update, and that's coming up next. I'll give you a little hint there. There's some awesome numbers, some very interesting numbers coming out, especially after the listings expired on December 31st. That's usually a big day when listings expire. And you're going to be surprised by how few listings there are on the market right now. Drive through any neighborhood and you're going to be hard pressed to find for sale signs right now. This is probably the tightest that the market has been in the 16 years that I've seen it. But first up, we're going to call my buddy Mike Schroeder of Mortgage Architects. I've asked him to prepare a feel-good story, something that happened in 2020 where he helped somebody get a mortgage or helped somebody out that couldn't be helped anywhere else. And so let's see what he has to say. I think we start the year off on a positive note here. Let's see what he has to say.
Hello.
Hey, Mike. Happy New Year. It's Bo Kaufman calling.
Hey, Happy New Year to you as well.
How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good. Did you do a lot of partying over the New Year's? I don't think you did, right?
No, but we did get to get outside and enjoy some of that beautiful weather we've been having lately.
Yeah, this is awesome. Yesterday was like +2, whatever, in January. And it just gets us that much closer to the spring.
Exactly, which that means spring market time.
That's right. And I've just written an article about what people should do to prepare. And we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. But now, today, I'm just going to call you and reach out and see if you've got a feel-good story for us, something that worked out well or somebody you made happy to end 2020.
I do, actually. So I have an existing client, and what I like to do, I like to keep in touch with my clients about once a year or so. And I noticed that one of my clients from about 2.5 years ago was paying an interest rate of over 3%. Now,
shocking.
And to think, we thought that was actually a good rate not that long ago. And so I gave them a phone call. I said, look, let's do the math and see, does it make sense for you to break your mortgage? Yes or no? And so what we did when we did the math, they did have to pay a penalty, but they had a lot of equity in their home. And we found that not only were we able to save about $150 a month on their mortgage payment, but we were able to roll their car payment into their mortgage. So now instead of paying their mortgage plus another $550 a month for their car, we saved them $150 a month on their mortgage payment, saved them $550 a month on their vehicle payment. So a family of 4 is now going to be saving $700 a month that they can now start using saving for retirement.
Let me ask you, put some numbers on it. Like how high, quote unquote, was their mortgage? Like not the dollar amount, but the percentage.
Sure. So their interest rate they're paying was about 3%.
Okay. And what are you able to get people now?
Right now for them, we got a rate of 1.65%.
Is that locked in or is that flexible?
So it's actually a unique product where it's a variable mortgage, but the payment amount doesn't change if interest rates go up. What happens is if interest rates go up, the payment stays the same. A little bit less the payment goes towards principal, a little bit more towards interest. So this family can set their budget for the next 5 years. It's beautiful.
I remember actually talking about that a couple of episodes ago. You are a big proponent of having an open mortgage, especially when it's something like this, where it's the lowest rate and let it fluctuate a little bit. Like let's face it, 2 years ago, we thought 3%. It's as low as it's ever going to go. And it isn't. So this has worked out well.
One of the reasons I like the variable is that it gives you the lowest penalty if you have to break your mortgage. As we like to say, life is variable. Your mortgage should be too.
Okay, awesome. So you ended up saving them $700 a month, and really there was nothing they had to do other than to meet with you and sign some papers.
Exactly. It took maybe an hour and a half of work. They're going to save the money. The clients are very happy. And a little bit more of a cap off, the gentleman works in the healthcare industry, so it's been a very stressful year for him and his family, a lot of long hours, a lot of suffering they've seen. And so to really brighten their day at Christmas really meant a lot to me as well.
Awesome. Yeah, that's those kind of things that make us all feel good when we can help somebody. Everybody needs help, but that's really a nice touch there with the healthcare service. I like that.
Yep. It was a nice capper to a very busy year for us.
What do you see happening in the next couple of months? You probably, I don't know if or not, but the number of listings are way down. Are you seeing buyer activity? Has it dropped off? Is it starting to pick up? What are you seeing right now?
So I have a lot of clients who've been pre-approved who are struggling to find the right house. So
Right.
they're struggling to find a place where they're actually where their offers are getting accepted. And so there's a lot of buyers who want to buy a home. They see the value in buying a home, but they're not finding the right place. So if you're thought of putting your home on the market, it could be a good opportunity for that.
And I said that in my recent podcast, I think a week ago. I said the first few houses now, once they start coming on the market, they should see some really good activity on their listings. So if you're listening to this, if you've got a house or even a condo, but a house, especially in that 200 to 250 range or 400,000, anything in there, there's got to be some good activity on it.
One other thing to consider is that either if you own a rental property right now, or if you've ever thought about owning a rental property, we've got rental rates right now in the 1.7 to 1.8 range. And the best part is you can pay it off over 30 years. And so you can get a very low payment on it. And there's a lot of demand right now for rental. So it could be a very profitable time either to buy a rental property or to refinance your rental property, lower your payment, pull some equity out, and make even more on it every month.
Yeah, that's good. And again, if you can find a property, that's the problem. I looked at it a couple of days ago. Last year, this time, we had 1,100 houses on the market. Do you want to guess how many we had January 1st this year?
I'm going to guess maybe a tenth of that.
Oh, no, it's not that big a drop. But instead of 1,100, we had 480. That's the lowest. And that's in the entire city of Winnipeg in all price ranges. So that's way, way down. Normally, we would be around 1,000, 900, 1,000, 1,100. So be that low. It's tough for anybody to find a house. So even for investors who want to buy a rental property. And condos is the same picture. Last year, we had 506 available on January 1st. This year, 380.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So anyway, great. It was great talking to you. And we'll keep doing this again throughout the year. I know people are listening because I had a couple of phone calls and they said, yeah, we need to get a hold of this Mike guy. So that's good. It's obviously working.
What I offer is mortgage education. So if you ever have a mortgage question, always feel to reach out to me. I'm here to answer them as best I can.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Mike. And we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye. And that was Mike Schroeder of Mortgage Architects. You can get a hold of him on his cell at 204-229-3214 or email him at mortgage@mikeschroeder.ca. And of course, the link will be in the show notes. All right, so let's take a look at a general market overview of Winnipeg's real estate market. The first thing we need to look at is how many houses and condos are available right now. And the total number of houses available in Winnipeg right now is 479. I believe that's the lowest numbers in many years that I can remember. Compare that to 1,100 houses available last year, same time. Similar pictures in condos, not quite as extreme. There are 341 condos available right now compared to 506 last year, same time. Next, let's take a look at how many houses and condos have sold over the past month. And the biggest chunk of the market, over 50% of all sales, are houses between $250,000 and $500,000. Those houses in that price range that we sold 219. The next biggest piece of the pie is 106 houses under $250,000. And the smaller slices are the condo sales, still fairly robust for a condo market. We've got condos under $250,000, we sold 43. Condos over $250,000, we sold 34. And that's all the way up to the highest price range. Okay, let's see how those sales compare against last year. Over the past month, we sold 106 houses under $250,000, and that's quite a bit more than the 69 we sold last year, same time. The 219 houses we sold between the $250,000 and $500,000 range, that's nearly double the 124 of last year. Condos, similar picture. Condos under $250,000, the 43 we sold in the month of December is nearly double the 23 we sold the previous year. And condos over $250,000, we sold 34 of those compared to 5 last year. Listings are down, sales are up. So you can imagine what happens to the prices. Lots of bidding wars and increased prices. Okay, so let's break that down into the 4 different categories. Houses under $250,000. Currently, we have 136 available compared to last month, which was 227. The most important comparison, I feel, is always against the last year, same time period. So last year, same time, we had available 312 houses. Median days on market, I'm just starting to track that this month. It's the first time I'm tracking it, was 42 days on market. Now, sold houses under $250,000, the 106 we sold in December compares to 142 the previous month, but it also compares quite well against the 69 we sold last year, December. Inventory days currently are 40 days compared to 48 the previous month, but that's way down from 140 the previous year. And inventory days basically means the lower the number, the hotter the market. Average sold price in December in this price range was $185,700, down slightly from the previous month and actually down from about a year ago. And the average days on market till it got sold was 29 days, which is quite reasonable considering it was December. Now let's move on to houses in the $250,000 to $500,000 range. We have 195 available right now compared to 306 the previous month, and way down from last year's 521. And the average days, median days on market is 37. I am going to track that over the next few months. Sold houses in this price range between $250,000 and $500,000. The 219 we sold during December is down from the 314 in November, but again, it's way up from the 124 the previous year. And inventory days, you can see last couple of months, 28, 29. That's a very hot market compared to 130 a year ago. Average sold price in December was $355,000 in that price range. And the days on market is 20, which is relatively low compared to last year. In January last year, we had 44. And moving up to condos under $250,000, the 193 that we've got available right now is way down from the 278 the previous month and down from the 272 last year, same time. Median days on market right now is 53 for those condos. Now, as far as condo sales go, in the past month, we sold 43 condos under $250,000. That's exactly the same amount as the previous month, and it's nearly double the previous year. That makes our inventory at 139 days, which is fairly fast for condos. It's much faster than November was because there are less condos available. And it's way down from the 366 days the previous year. So in other words, a year ago, it would have taken a full year to sell all the condos that are out there. Right now, it only takes 139 days. Average sold price for those condos was $169,200, which is down quite a bit. So there were many of the cheaper condos being sold, lower price condos. Days on market only took 36 days. It's fairly fast for condominiums in Winnipeg. And now looking at all available condos over $250,000 to infinity, there are 148 available. That's way down from 225 last month and 234 last year. As far as sales go, we sold 34 condos in this higher price range compared to 22 the previous month and only 5 last year. So the inventory days right now sits at 135 days. 307 was the previous month. And last year, because we only had 5 sales and we had tons available, that 1,450 days is really an outlier. Normally in this price range, you're looking at 400 to 500 days as the maximum range. And the average condo that's sold in this price range was $346,000, and it was 36 days on market, which has held steady for the last 3 months. I do hope you've enjoyed this audio presentation. And starting this year with this first report, I've got a great new way of presenting the market updates. They are now in a downloadable PDF format, multimedia. And once you open the PDF, it actually plays the audio to describe the various graphs or charts that you're looking at. It's a really neat little thing, and it's really easy to get on any device, computer, desktop, or phone. Go to bowknows.homes/PDF, and you'll be able to read it. If it's on a small device, like a handheld phone, I say turn it sideways so you can actually flip the pages. It's really cool, really neat. Let me know what you think. And that's it for this week, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. Bye-bye. I hope you've enjoyed listening to this episode as much as I've enjoyed creating it, because I really do love it. If you found the information helpful, why not download my free podcasting app? That way you never miss another episode. And I've made it super simple too. Just go to bowknows.homes/apps. That's APPS. Available for Apple and Android devices. If you just want to see the show notes or read the transcript, go to bowknows.homes/143. That's this episode's number. There, you can also click on the little microphone button and record a question or comment. And finally, please give this podcast a 5-star rating. Again, we've made it super simple. Just go to lovethepodcast.com/bowknows. Thank you so much for listening. Let's do this again next week.
You've been listening to Bo Kaufman of RE/MAX Performance Realty. Are you thinking of buying or selling a house or a condo in Winnipeg? Call Bo at 204-333-2202. Remember, Bo knows real estate.